make big improvements to your YouTube channel and why you should be on YouTube to begin with. So I'm going to take a drink, pull up my slides, and we'll be ready to roll after I do my party noise thing here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, there's an applause. We're using Ecamm Live on a Mac. What the hell was that? And I've started using this a few days ago after taking a really good intensive course with Adrian Salisbury, who's in the UK. So, all right, it's just about time. I'm going to share my slides. Let's see if there are any comments yet. And feel free to ask any questions along the way as I show my slides and we wrap up our 4-day mini-series with day 4 of how to build your video empire. And you really can't talk about video without talking about YouTube. So that's what we're going to do. Let me check my mic levels here. All good. All right, here goes nothing, as they say. Today is the final day of our Building Your Video Marketing Empire worksheet, New Secrets to Video Success Revealed. Some of the months are new, but maybe they're new to you, or maybe there's new features that you haven't thought about before. So let's dive in, shall we? In case you missed the first couple, and because it's my birthday, I'm going to indulge and do my little bio here. I spent about 20 years in the TV business in Los Angeles, and I've been doing video marketing since 2001. More importantly, I've been doing videos on YouTube since 2005, which is the same year YouTube started. I'm going to share my screen for a second and show you. Hang on, Marco. My first video on YouTube, or at least the first one that I didn't take down, was on November 15th, 2005. So I've been doing this for a while, and you can see other videos here from 2005, 2006, right from the get-go, we've been on YouTube. So if you're going to learn about YouTube, or if you're going to do anything to do with YouTube, really, let me go back to my slides here. Take the advice from somebody who's been doing it for a while, not somebody who just got lucky and had a big video and has only been on YouTube for 6 months. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so again, I do video marketing consulting for many folks who you probably know online, everyone from Michael Port to Mari Smith. And I'm also the author of Video Marketing Rules, How to Win in a World Gone Video, which you can get on Amazon. And I'm also the father to adult boy-girl twins and 2 rambunctious pugs, Rocco and Regina, rescue pugs. One's from New York and one's from China, of all places. So they may make an appearance at some point here. I can't make any promises. I also, as you may know from this photo taken in Cortona by my friend Irina Leone, I have a love for Italy. I spend about a month there a year when I can. And I also recently started a podcast about everything about the Godfather movies. So that's it in a nutshell. The last 4 days we've talked about ChatGPT, Zoom, which has a lot of little surprises in it, Descript, which we looked at yesterday, and you can find that replay on my Facebook page. Descript was really what I call mind-blowing software. And although the phrase game changer is used way too much, Descript is a game changer for video editing. And I'm going to be going into a lot more detail in my Fast Forward membership group about Descript and Zoom and other things. But today, day 4, the 4th pillar here is all about YouTube. So here we go, YouTube, here we go. So those make up the foundation, really, of the 4 tools that I use to really make my video process easier. Uh-oh, Cheryl says I froze. Am I still frozen? Let me pop over to the comments for a second and see. I froze. Thanks, Mark, and thank you, Vicky. Hopefully you can see me here again on Facebook. You may have to refresh in order to see that. I'll go back to the slides. So these can really kind of make up the foundation. Chat GPT, you can use AI to brainstorm ideas or create drafts for your video scripts. You can use Zoom to do all your recording. You can use Zoom's pro features to look like a pro. On Friday, I guess it was, we showed you all kinds of little tips and tricks for using Zoom, like immersive view and things like that. Descript is the constantly updated software that you can now use to easily edit and enhance your videos. And finally, YouTube. Yeah, this is basically the fast forward kickoff event, by the way. I'm combining it with this presentation because it's my birthday and I want to do that. So I'm sharing this publicly on Facebook, but from here on, all of these trainings and all of these tutorials will only be for fast forward members, as Michael and Cheryl are, and Vicky are some of them. So thank you for being here. YouTube, again, we can't talk about video without talking about YouTube. And you have to take advantage of YouTube's massive reach by using it as a hub for your videos. Now, my issue with YouTube, and I'll be totally transparent here, you can watch the Chat GPT, Zoom, and Descript sessions on my Facebook page. They're still there, and also on my YouTube channel. But if I go back to my screen for a second and look at being on YouTube back since 2005, I really used YouTube as a place to store my videos and just, basically host them. And honestly, I didn't really use it for marketing until, years after I started on YouTube. Nevertheless, I've been doing that since they started. They started in February 2005, 17 years ago, or is it 18? And I started in November 2005. So let me go back to my slides here. So those are the foundations, and those are the 4 tools we've talked about. You can find all the videos if you missed the previous sessions on my YouTube channel. But we're going to forge ahead here and say, again, using these tools and honing your message and knowing your market are really the foundation of doing video and of streamlining your video process so that it is actually easier to do video. So let's get into YouTube. Now, the good news about YouTube is that a little YouTube optimization goes a long, long way. And I have many clients and students who are, I guess I could say, embarrassed about their YouTube presence, or they have a YouTube channel that they don't even remember the password to, or they haven't posted for years. That's all fine because YouTube changes so drastically that you might as well start today. If you're behind, if you haven't posted a lot, the thing about YouTube is that they have over 2 billion monthly active users. So you could argue that if you're not on YouTube, you're basically invisible. I mean, of course, Facebook, Twitter, all that helps, but YouTube is far and away the biggest. YouTube, people watch over 1 billion hours. That's crazy. 1 billion hours of video content each day. How is that even possible? Anyway, it's the second most visited site in the world, the second most popular search engine right behind their owner Google, and over 500 hours of video content are uploaded to YouTube every single minute. Another thing that's interesting is that when making a purchase decision, most of the time people stop at YouTube to check out videos about a product or service. 80% of people who buy things start looking on YouTube, which is really pretty cool. And YouTube users are more likely to have a college education. So no, it's not just the teens and gamers. It is actually all demographics. Finally, there are 51 million YouTube channels. That's up 36% in just 1 year. Thank you, Wendy. Happy birthday to you as well. It is Pi Day, but I'm going to make it P-I-E instead of P-I. So maybe you're one of the 51 million YouTube channels. And again, that's increased by 36% in just 1 year. If not, you should be. Now, again, you can take this from someone who's been on YouTube since the very beginning in 2005. A little YouTube improvement goes a long way. And a lot of the setup is essentially a one-time thing. It's set it and forget it. So, you can make your YouTube channel trailer and leave that up for a while. You can upload your YouTube banner, which is the big banner you see at the top of the channel. I'll show you on my channel in a moment. You can really just kind of get all the basics set up, and then you don't have to worry about it as much. But one of the things that people tend to forget, that YouTube is a social media site. It is a social network. So the community is important. If people are commenting on your videos, it's important to reply to those comments and really try to build the interaction. Also, with YouTube, consistency is key. You have to upload videos to YouTube to make it work. And I say once a week is a good goal to shoot for. Of course, YouTube wants you to upload as often as possible, but you need to be consistent with it. You should start with a strategy. Again, what do you want to accomplish with YouTube? Do you want to drive traffic back to your own website? Do you just want visibility on your videos? Do you want more views? Do you want subscribers? So start with a strategy, and remember that it is a marathon, not a sprint. And for somebody that's been on YouTube for 17 years, I can certainly attest to that. It is not usually an overnight success. Those are rare and few and far between. Now, there are some best practices for YouTube, and the main thing is to focus on the video's title, description, and tags, but mostly the title. Don't give this a lot of thought, and make sure that your title reflects exactly what the video is, has keywords in it, and is going to create a curiosity gap for your audience. I look at it like a headline, so sometimes I put my YouTube titles in a headline tester or headline analyzer to see which one will get the highest score. And then the description is also very important, as are the tags or keywords. Another thing that's extremely important on YouTube is to create compelling, attention-getting thumbnails. Thank you for the heart. Thumbnails are basically the little movie poster for your video, and many times it's going to be the difference between somebody clicking on it or not. So thumbnail, you want to create a thumbnail, you can do that in Canva. You should also use playlists on YouTube to curate and organize your content. It's kind of like a Netflix strategy, because if somebody starts watching a video in a playlist that you have, the next one will come up automatically. Thanks, Dave. So it becomes sort of a Netflix, the next video will play as soon as the previous video ends. And the other thing that's good about playlist is if you have, you don't necessarily have to have 3 channels. If you have 3 different interests or 3 niches, you can have playlists. So I could have a pug playlist, a business playlist, a Godfather playlist, which I do have. So I try to organize my content that way. I don't want to have 3 different YouTube channels. I want to put everything under one roof, and then divide the content by playlist. Make sure you include a subscribe button on your video, and encourage viewers to subscribe. You have to have, well, you don't have to, but you should have a call to action in every single video. We are going to absolutely discuss thumbnails in more detail and fast forward. So again, this is sort of like the preview for the fast forward.video group, and we're going to be going into much more detail, a lot more hand holding, and specifically showing you how to make thumbnails really easily, and how to create templates so that you can crank them out really fast. Again, you want to customize your channel and include a channel trailer, which is like a welcome video for YouTube. And then 2 to 8 minutes is the sweet spot for the length of videos. Again, I would say don't make it any longer than it has to be. All right, Dave's in fast forward. Awesome. So again, it depends on the video, but YouTube obviously wants you to create longer videos because they really emphasize watch time, and they want you to stay on the channel for as long as possible so they can feed you ads, obviously. I'm going to go back to my YouTube screen for a second and then see if I can go to my channel, if I can find it here, so you can see my banner and stuff like that. All right, I gotta move a few things around here. Here we go. Let's see how that looks. I think the video will stop playing automatically, so I'll stop it once it does that. and I have so many tabs open, and because I'm running Ecamm, it's very slow. Ecamm takes up a ton of bandwidth and chews up all that bandwidth so that everything else turns out to be a little slower. So we'll come back to that. Of course, the minute I go off here, it'll stop playing. There we go. There it is. So this is my channel banner. I try to make it match my branding. So I like to think of YouTube as an extension of my website and try to make the branding and the color schemes match. So you can see on YouTube, I've got my most recent live video here, day 4, building your video marketing empire. Oh wait, that's us right now. We're live. I've got my playlist. I've got my Godfather stuff. I've got speaking stuff. I've got video tips. So all of that is right on the home page. I can see all my videos that I've uploaded here. If I go over to my library, God only knows what's on there. Testimonials, my videos. So again, I can sort my videos by date, like when was the first one I uploaded, when's the most recent one I uploaded, or I can sort them by views, or I can do any kind of sorting. You'll see when it pops up here. All right, so let's come back to YouTube in a moment. For now, we will go back to our slides because YouTube is running so damn slowly. Awesome. Oh, there it is. So there you have it. That's basically by most recent. If I did by views, if I sort by views, it'll show you, ironically, the views that have the videos that have the most views are these Trump parody videos that I did a couple years ago. 231,000 views. Yikes. So again, that's YouTube. I'm going to go back to my iPad where my slides are and show you the rest of the slides on YouTube. Here we go. So 2 to 8 minutes. Again, I wouldn't try to make it artificially long. Just take as long as you need. And it's good to have a variety of short and longer videos. So there are, I would say, at least 10 keys to success on YouTube. And the first is, again, put a lot of thought and research into your title. Your title is like your headline. It is probably the most important determining factor on whether or not people are going to click on your video. After that, you can create a long, detailed, keyword-rich description. And I'll show you on one of those what I do in a moment. But again, you have a ton of space in the description area of uploading your YouTube video. So take advantage of all that real estate that YouTube gives you and put in a nice, rich, long description for your video, including keywords. So another thing is to, again, focus on those keywords and optimize for SEO for keywords. Now, this is sort of one of the things that's changing rapidly about YouTube. And a lot of people are still teaching that it's SEO, 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 and keywords, keywords, keywords. But the truth is, it's watch time that now matters most on YouTube. The people find videos because they're suggested by YouTube, or once you're on YouTube, if they see that a lot of people are watching it, they'll give it more juice and suggest that video to other people. Tags and keywords are now only about 20% of the discoverability on YouTube. It's still important, but it's not nearly as important as it used to be. So next is to create custom thumbnails, and this is an absolute must. I'm going to show the fast forward folks how to do that in Canva and how you can do it even if you're not a designer. You can do it really quickly and easily, even using the free version of Canva. Again, there's something on YouTube in the last 20 seconds called end cards, where you can put a subscribe button or another video and keep viewers on your channel. The idea is to really try to keep people on your YouTube channel as long as possible, because YouTube rewards watch time. So you can create those playlists. Again, you sort of might have a binge effect. If I have 25 video tips and they're all in a playlist, somebody might sit there and watch 5 or 10 of them and sort of get that Netflix binging effect. Also, be consistent. Post at least once a week. As I said earlier, the ideal video length varies anywhere between 2 and 8 minutes. YouTube also has something called cards, which are little I buttons, sort of for more information. You can use those to add links to your videos. And then don't end your video with end cues. Don't say, that's all I've got today, or bye, or see you next week, or, keep people on the channel rather than saying, that's it for now, see you next time. Say, by the way, I have another video about this over here, or you might want to stick around and watch such and such. So try to keep people on your channel. I threw in this slide, although it's slightly outdated, not really, just to show the time spent with social media apps. And this is, although it's from last year, it's still the most recent that Hootsuite had here. And you can see, you know, things like TikTok might get a lot of buzz, and yes, people are spending a lot of time on it, as they are with Instagram and Facebook, but YouTube is the clear winner with the time spent on the platform. The average YouTube session is 20 minutes. So when somebody goes to YouTube, they are typically spending 20 minutes there, or as Hootsuite says, 23, almost 24 hours a month on YouTube compared to 20 hours a month on Facebook, or even just 5 hours a month on Twitter. Is Twitter still here? I haven't checked today. So I thought that would be interesting. So let me show you a few of the ins and outs of YouTube here when you are uploading your video. And some of this I got from, I do a lot of coaching and take a lot of courses around YouTube as well, because it's constantly changing. And even though I've been on the channel forever, I can't claim to know everything about it. So for the headline or the title, you want to search for a keyword that is relevant to what the video is, but also creates a curiosity gap. YouTube gives you almost 100, they give you 100 characters, but you want to try to keep it below 69 characters because that's what shows when you upload. And then in the description, I got from my coach this little five-part, and I would add a URL here too. So I would say http://www.loubortone.com presents. Here's the title, the same as what's in the upper title here. A one-line description of what the video is about, and then 20 tags or keywords with high search and low competition, and I'll tell you where to find those in a moment. Copy those 20 keywords and paste them into the description. And if you're feeling really ambitious, you can create 2 or 3 paragraphs based on those keywords. Also, if you are more ambitious, I tend not to do this with my shorter videos, you can add timestamps or chapter markers, which are really helpful to have in the video. And lastly, you want to add 3 hashtags with the 3 best keywords. And again, I'm going to show you where to find keywords for your videos and where to figure out what those best 20 keywords are, or tags. Keywords and tags are synonymous. Again, you can add chapters, or basically, different points in your video. You can talk about different things and add chapter markers. Here's where you upload a custom thumbnail. Do not settle with the ones they give you here. I have not created a thumbnail for this yet, but I will. Here's where you upload your custom thumbnail. And if you have something like TubeBuddy or vidIQ, they're going to remind you of the best practices. So I have TubeBuddy, so it tells me to add chapter markers. It tells me to get a like on Facebook, add tags to my title, things like that. And there is a free version of TubeBuddy and a free version of vidIQ, VIDIQ, and those platforms are essentially the same. So let's move on here and look at some keywords. One other thing I wanted to show you that's really, really important and easy, so you should do it if at all possible, and that is to create a YouTube handle. So now YouTube, instead of giving you a long, ugly link, is allowing you to have a name or a handle. So you go to your customization settings, and when you're in your channel customization settings are on the left, then go to basic info. Under basic info, you're going to see something that says handle, and that's where you choose your unique handle by adding letters and numbers. You can change your handle back within 14 days. Handles can be changed twice every 14 days. So if you make a mistake or you don't like it, I could probably put just @LouBortone, but I decided to put at Lou Bortone Video. So my YouTube URL is youtube.com/ at Lou Bortone Video. I've also got a generic description here that I add to, but that's where you add your YouTube handle, and that's where you can create your own YouTube name. If you're on a webinar, or if you're, anywhere on social, or you're just trying to tell people where to find you on YouTube, obviously you don't want to give them some long URL with all kinds of letters and numbers. You want to be able to say, I'm at youtube.com/Vicky Peel. I'm at youtube.com/ at Dave Razzo. Whatever it may be, whatever your handle is, that's where you establish it, and it's yours, and then you basically claim that name, and there you go. And if you have a common name like John Smith, you may have to be at John Smith, 2384 or some crazy thing. All right, I hope that helps. I want to show you where to find the keywords for your videos, or the tags for your videos. First of all, let me go to my chat real quick and see if there are any questions, and let me know if this stuff is making sense for you, and put a yes in the chat if you're going to go back on your YouTube channel and upgrade it, and upgrade. Thank you, Wendy. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday. Thanks, Michael. Cheryl's here. Yay. I hope I'm unfrozen. Vicky's here. Mark's here. Sheila's back. Excellent. Yes, Sheila, that's a really good point, and I'm glad you brought that up. When you upload a video to YouTube, you can share it from YouTube to... Hold on, my daughter's calling. That's nice. My daughter calls me on my birthday, and I can't take the call. Oh, well. When you post videos on YouTube, you can share from YouTube to Facebook or LinkedIn, but do not do that. Upload your videos directly to Facebook and LinkedIn. Don't send them from YouTube, because as Sheila says here, regarding posting videos on Facebook, I read someplace that Facebook wants videos posted directly from our devices and not links to YouTube. That is correct, and that's what you should do. So even though you can share your video from YouTube to Facebook and LinkedIn, you should upload that video separately or natively to those platforms to get the biggest bang for your buck. So thank you for reminding me about that. Hi, Denise. Thanks for being here. Trish, Dr. Trish, happy birthday. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Michael's video, and again, feel free to put your handle in the chat if you want other people to subscribe to you. Michael's channel is youtube.com at mobile video 360. And Michael has awesome video tips there as well. So check that out. Feel free to put your own handle in here. Denise's youtube.com at Denise Wakeman. That's awesome that you got your name. And one of the reasons why it would be helpful for us to subscribe to each other is you have to get over 100 subscribers to be on YouTube's radar at all. If you don't have 100 subscribers yet, you really want to hit that milestone, because under 100 subscribers, honestly, YouTube does not know you exist, and they won't suggest your videos to other people until you hit that little milestone. Vicky's is at Her Life Hacks, which I love. So again, Brenda, when you create a video, it's on your hard drive. Probably you've saved it, on a hard drive or an external drive. And let's say it's, Brenda MP4. That's the video, the main video file that you upload both to YouTube and to Facebook and to LinkedIn or wherever you want. But rather than, even if you upload it to YouTube, upload it separately and natively to Facebook and LinkedIn. All right, I'm going back to my slides so we can look at vidIQ, VIDIQ. I'll put it in the chat. There is a free version, and I actually still use the free version. But if you want to figure out what tags and keywords to use, you can go to vidIQ and go to their keywords tab and put in the keyword or phrase that you want to rank for. So for this example, I put in The Godfather because I have a podcast about The Godfather. Now, what will happen when you put in that keyword is they'll give you an overview, and they will tell you that The Godfather gets 350,000 searches per month. So that's good. The bad news for me is that the competition is very high. It's in the red zone here, it's 91. But if you look on the right, it's going to show you related keywords and show you how many searches those get every month. So, what you want to do is you want to find those keywords that get a lot of searches, but are not necessarily really high competition. So somewhere within your keyword, you're going to be able to, as you search the list, you'll be able to find which uh, keywords have lower competition where you might be able to rank for. So again, if I'm creating my Godfather podcast, it's going to be difficult to rank for The Godfather. But if I put The Godfather reaction, that still gets 30 searches a month and is much lower competition. The other thing about vidIQ, and again, this is the free version, is it will show you questions that people may be asking about your subject. And it's a really good idea to reverse engineer your video. So start with the questions people are asking you and create a video about that. So rather than saying, I want to do a video about, how to show people, blah, blah, blah. No, what do the people want to see? What questions are they asking? So, I could do a video called um, Who Was the Main Character in The Godfather that gets 36 searches a month. The competition's not too bad for that keyword. But, that's fairly obvious who the main character was. But in any event, it will show you some of these questions. And there's 217 questions here that people are asking related to that keyword. So vidIQ is a treasure trove of information to do your video strategically. Now, again, when I search keywords for The Godfather, which is a really hard term to search for, once I go down here a little bit, I can find, oh, here's one. The green means low competition, and it gets 8,000 searches a month. And the keyword is Mario Puzo, the author of The Godfather. Hold on a second, I gotta find my dad's book. My dad's original Godfather book from 1971 or 1970. So I could do a video specifically about Mario Puzo, or a podcast where I highlight Mario Puzo, and I'm going to have a much better chance of ranking for that keyword because there's less competition and still 8,000 people a month searching for it. So that is vidIQ. Oops, that slide's not supposed to be there. That's from yesterday. So let me go back to the screen here for a second and to the comments and see what's what here as we play around in Ecamm. So yes, Facebook wants the direct upload, as does LinkedIn, by the way. It's vidIQ is where you can check on those keywords, and lots of people's YouTube handles in here, which is excellent. So now I'll go back to my screen and see what we have here. So here again, I haven't made keywords. I haven't made thumbnails for all of these yet. And sometimes the thumbnails sort of make themselves, but let me find one here that's decent. So I make these thumbnails on Canva typically. So, and this one was about how to get your first 100 subscribers. So again, I've got my title, I start everything with a link because that's a live link back to my website. And then I talk about the first 100 subscribers. So there's my description. Here's my 3 keywords with hashtags. So I've got YouTube subscribers, and YouTube growth. I've got my 20 keywords that I got from vidIQ, and then I just have a generic, lots of links and things like that, because you have a ton of space here. You have 5,000 characters. Then you can see what these are the thumbnail choices that YouTube gave me, but I went to Canva and uploaded a custom thumbnail because I wanted to have a custom thumbnail because it's gonna perform much better. So lots more details in our fast forward stuff. We'll go into a much deeper dive on all of this. Here's my keywords. Again, I use TubeBuddy and vidIQ, so it's going to give me suggested keywords here. It's going to say, let me see how many keywords. You can have up to 500 500 characters here. So max that out if you can. I can go here and say, this says I could potentially rank for the term YouTube tips. So I'm going to add that to my keywords here, just like that. But now I'm over the limit, so I got to take one out. Okay, get rid of that one. So I have 498 out of 500 characters there. And then again, I think I mentioned that you can add, I move this over a little bit. You can also add end cards, and that is right here, or end screen, I should say. So what happens at the end of each video is that YouTube will give you the opportunity to show another video and a subscribe button, or another playlist and a subscribe button. So when this video has 20 seconds left, this other video is going to pop up, which is for one of the Take the Cannoli podcasts, as well as a subscribe button. And the idea is that I don't want people to leave the channel. I want them to go start watching these Godfather podcasts. So use your end screens to try to keep people on your channel. It's just another way that you can, again, increase your watch time and keep people on your channel. I'm not going to change anything here, so we'll get out of there. And that's pretty much it. You can add it to more than one playlist. This video I added to a couple of different playlists. So you can have as many playlists as you want. And again, I hate to move this because it screws everything up. But if I go to settings, let me see, am I still sharing? Yep. I can go back to my settings here, but I don't want to do that right now. So that's pretty much the whole deal on, at least the tip of the iceberg on YouTube. So let me go back to my slides here for a sec real quick on my iPad. Bear with me for a sec. All right, that is YouTube. I'm going to check my comments real quick before we wrap up here in just a couple minutes. See what's happening there. Come on, comments, come back. Now my YouTube channel's frozen, but it's just as well because we're done with YouTube. Brenda has a couple effortless music instruction. So let's see. Cheryl has a question. Do you have to record on a platform like Zoom or StreamYard, or can you do something like iTeleseminar and use slides and dialogue? Yeah, you can absolutely do that. You can even record on Descript, which you talked about yesterday, and we'll talk a lot more about in Fast Forward. So it doesn't even have to be a video. I upload for a few clients who have an audio podcast. I turn that into a video for them on Descript by adding a slide and a sound wave, and then I upload that. Oftentimes, though, if I'm just recording just to record a video, my default is usually Zoom, just because it's kind of easy and open, and it gives you both the audio and the video file. So oftentimes I'll just use Zoom to record that kind of stuff. Let's see if there are any other questions. And again, feel free to add your own YouTube channel, your own YouTube handle, I should say, if you would like to do that. Just going back through here to make sure I got everything right. Excellent. All right, so that's YouTube in a nutshell, or at least the sort of quick overview of YouTube. Oh my God, look at my desktop. Oh, that's embarrassing. And again, tomorrow is the last day to join fastforward.video. We do video sprints every month, which are a Get It Done video day. We have video Q&As and demos like this one, where you can come on and ask questions. It's a much smaller group, so you get plenty of attention. There's basically a mastermind group and forum, so we can all have a community of like-minded video creators. And of course, there are the video course, and I release a new module every month. So yeah, feel free to be part of that. Again, there's lots of bonuses as well, bonus tutorials, guest experts, one-on-one coaching sessions, and all kinds of fun stuff. So if you're interested in that, just go to fastforward.video. Many of you here are already in that because this is sort of my fastforward.video preview and launch kind of thingy. And I wanted to share some content and give you a sense of the kinds of things, the types of things we do in our Fast Forward group. So thank you. I'm so glad that you're a part of this, and thank you for the birthday wishes. I am going to go see what the pugs are up to. We are in the midst of a huge blizzard, so I'm fingers crossed that the power doesn't go out, but we are getting pummeled with snow. Just like on my birthday when I was actually born, my mom used to tell the story about having to trudge up the hill to the hospital in the snow on Tuesday, March 14th. It was also a Tuesday. I'm not going to say what year because why should I? Wendy Weber Music 4209. Excellent. Cheryl says it's snowing there too. I'm sure it's raining where Denise is in Los Angeles. Mother Nature is obviously pissed at all of us, and with good reason. But that's another topic for another time and another place. Right now, we are wrapping up our 4-day. If you haven't joined fastforward.video, you should. It's a ton of value and a ton of support and not a ton of time, really. And you can even bring your VA or your assistant. So Vicki knows how much I love being on camera. So that's why I share slides like this, because it kind of gets me off the hook. But I will come back on camera to say goodbye and thank you. So glad you could join us for this series. All of the replays are on my Facebook page and my YouTube page at Lou Bortone Video on YouTube. Please subscribe. I got in late in the game in terms of subscribers, so I don't have a huge amount, but everything helps. Thanks, Andy. Andy's a little plug for fastforward.video. I will have an affiliate program for that at some point in the near future, but right now it's really kind of a beta. And for $97 a month, you get access to me and the community and video sprint days. I'm going to charge $97 just to join the video sprint days separately. So it's kind of a freebie once you're in Fast Forward. And lots of training and support and help. And again, it won't take a huge amount of time. I figure about an hour a week to really become a ninja. Okay, I hear the snow plows. I guess I get to go shovel snow now. Thanks again for being here, and so happy to have you in fastforward.video, and we'll see you inside there. Bye for now. Why do I always forget to do my little outro thingy? I'll try it again. There we go. Bye, guys. Thanks for being here.